Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today the title is not incorrect. It is correct. Thunderer, amongst several other ships, are being removed from the armory, and I gotta say, this comes as a surprise because they're removing quite a few, and quite a few very popular ships indeed. Anyway, I'm going to read straight from the dev blog post, not a very long one. If you do want to check it out for yourself, link will be in the description down below. Again, not that long, so here we go. Changes in availability of several ships. In update 10.1, several ships will no longer be available to obtain. Commanders, starting from update 10.1, the following ships will no longer be available to obtain. British battleship Thunderer, Tier 10. European destroyer Smallland, Tier 10. American battleship Georgia, Tier 9. American cruiser Alaska, Tier 9. American battleship Massachusetts, Tier 8. The reason to remove these ships is a combination of their popularity and battle performance. In order to maintain the diversity of team compositions at a proper level, they will be removed for an undefined time but may return in future. We understand that accumulating resources for ships is a long process, which is why we wanted to warn you in advance so that those interested can steer these ships into their ports before update 10.1 goes live in approximately 3 months. Okay. So, Thunderer is being Thanos, so is Smallland, Georgia, Alaska, and Massachusetts. Now, what is very interesting is the wording of this dev blog. Now, could just be the Russian to English translation. That very likely may be it. But instead of using words like purchase or buy, they used obtain. These ships will no longer be available to obtain, which may mean they may not be returning at all. Now, they did say they may return in the future, but they add that in for every ship just about when they're removing it. But normally it's verbiage like purchase or buy that they use, not just obtain. Now, they may be saying this because they may not be including them in things like the Santa containers, which I can see that since these, well, for the most part, they're special ships. Georgia, Alaska, Massachusetts are premium ships. Smallland and Thunderer are special, quote-unquote, ships. So, yeah, the reason they give, the battle performance and popularity, definitely with the Thunderer. I mentioned before how I do believe the ship is a bit too powerful. Smallland, I've seen a lot in competitive. I know it's very, very useful there. But in random battles, I don't see it too much. I guess it might just be dumpstering everybody in random battles, or it could just be that the people who have Smallland are just these very, very, very high-skilled players that buy her for competitive battles, and then when they go into random battles, they may be dumpstering everybody with it. Georgia's leaving. Saddest panda. Very, very fun ship. I wouldn't really say it's overpowered or extremely powerful. I mean, it's fast, but it pays for it in armor. Georgia, if you've played it, you know it feels like you eat pins from just about any angle, especially when you're dealing with battleships, let alone cruisers. Not saying, of course, cruisers can like Citadel it through the nose. It's just way chunkier than other American battleships like the Iowa. Now, the Massachusetts, I guess it's kind of a long time coming with the Massachusetts. It's not an armory ship, though. That's interesting that they threw it in here with the rest of these ships, because the rest of these ships you can purchase for coal or free XP, but Massachusetts is just a straight-up premium ship. And removing her is a little strange. She's a very popular ship, yes indeed, for a very good reason. She's incredibly fun to play, and I believe Euro said she's a ship that has refused to be killed off by the meta like so many older premiums are. She is, 2 years old now? Almost, I think. She was one of the not first premium ships I reviewed on the channel, but I remember it was, I think when I was around like 8 or 9K subscribers, I reviewed her. So it was a pretty old review for me, and that was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think, approximately. But yeah, she's an older ship. It's strange that they choose to remove her now. I mean, she's been popular for so long, but I guess. So, yeah, if you don't have any of these ships and you're a regular viewer of the channel, you're probably a battleship main, so highly recommend you for sure get Thunder before that goes. Incredibly powerful ship. God tier HE, God tier AP, get the improved heal, you get the baked in Conqueror legendary mod, so you get the like 10-second rudder shift time on a battleship. British cloaking device, for sure pick her up first. Then nab the Georgia or the Alaska if you're very, very battleship heavy. Georgia first, then get Alaska, then get Massachusetts. Now the thing is, Georgia, Alaska, Massachusetts can be purchased straight out for cash. Georgia's $80, Alaska's $80, Massachusetts is $45, which is a lot of money. I understand. Now I'm not saying go get these right now. I'm saying if you want to purchase these and want to get these before they go and want to get all of them and okay with spending that much money, that's the order to do it in. Alaska's a fantastic cruiser. If you have never seen a video on it or anything, American super cruiser, or battle cruiser, depending upon who you ask. You get the American super heavy AP on those 12-inch guns. Decent amount of armor, not nigh on Citadel like the Puerto Rico, but a tough little cruiser. Radar, American AA, which is decent. I mean, again, AA is kind of all over the place right now. But a pretty tanky cruiser, definitely one of the better super cruisers. Sad to see her go, because newer players won't be able to obtain her. Smallin, probably the last one on this list for most of you guys, unless you are a destroyer main. And even if you are a destroyer main, you gotta really like the European destroyers to get Smallin. But yeah, and what's also interesting is that we don't know what's replacing these ships just yet. Now, they have given us 3 months to earn these ships if you do not have them yet. For me, Small is the only one that I don't have, and I may or may not pick her up. I don't know. I'm not that much of a DD player. I'm getting into them, but I don't think I need to be putting around in a tier 10 pan-Euro DD just yet. So a couple of predictions as to what might replace these is that, well, I can't tell you any. Because the premium ships that have been announced, I mean, I guess they might put the hybrids in the armory. That'd be a pretty strange move. I would think they would just want to cash in on those and make those just normal premium ships. So the Issei and the Tone, I guess maybe a tier 6 and tier 8 premium ships. I think so. I think that's correct. Maybe, but again, this is a lot of higher tier ships being taken out, guys. We know that Hizen's going to be the next dockyard ship, so she's definitely not going up in here. Maybe the what's the tier 10? The Vernavos, they might go in here. The first high tier aircraft carrier available for coal. Maybe she's being tested with her skip bombers. But other than that, no, nothing. I mean, it's entirely possible that tomorrow we hear more and they release more updates. That's how these development blogs normally go. We get 1, maybe 2, then we get a whole rush of information before the next patch or right before the next patch or something. So they may announce a couple more premiums that they're working on, but to my knowledge, I mean, it's not a lot in the pipeline right now that they've announced, at least. And I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 ships out of the armory. I mean, there is a lot in the armory right now for sure. I mean, we've got the Palmer and the Siegfried, not the Siegfried, the Agir, the other one. Oh yeah, the Azuma. Yeah, why isn't the Azuma being pulled? That thing's been out for an eternity now. And the Yoshino too. I mean, they've been out not as long as Alaska, but almost as long as Alaska. So yeah, and I guess if it's really performance based, I guess the Alaska really is performing more better than what I at least see her in, at least. But yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. But yeah, again, if you're looking to nab these before they go, for sure get Thunder. You got 3 months too, which is plenty enough time to get enough coal for Thunder. Just get your daily containers. Make sure you choose the resource containers for those. Do your missions. Get your coal in, and you'll have Thunder easily before those 3 months are up. Just make sure you log in and play a little bit every day, just an hour or two. Alaska, free XP. You've got the special signal flags, the special camos, time to use them, to grab them. The same with Georgia, if you want to know Georgia's call. So, God, yeah, that's the thing there. You got 2 coal ships on here, which you could probably get. But again, Georgia, you can buy it for $80 if it comes down to it. And again, if you're a battleship player, you like secondary battleships, and you like brawling, make sure you pick up Georgia and Massachusetts, and you are willing to spend the money, of course, because just Georgia and Massachusetts by themselves would cost you in the neighborhood of $120, depending upon where you're at and what the prices are down there. So yeah, just make sure you pick those up if you're willing to spend the money and if you enjoy brawling. Alaska, it's a very good cruiser. Any type of tier 9 competitiveness, she's very competitive mode. She's very useful, and again, make sure you get Thunder. Spawn if you're a DD main. Pick her up too. She's a beast from what I've seen in competitive. But anyway, guys, so we are losing these ships out of the armory. Very sad time for people who unfortunately may not get to pick these up. But again, you got 3 months to do it, so pretty decent amount of time. You should be able to nab at least 1 or 2 of these, even if you don't play a whole lot. Anyway, guys, I will be streaming tonight right here on the channel from 8 p.m. Not 8 p.m. from 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time to 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So make sure you come out here and join us. Then I will be on Twitch as well at the same time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20,000 subs. We just passed 18,700 yesterday, actually, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.